Hi, my name is Kristen, and I'm going to talk to you about the Sir Syed Computer Learning Center. At the Learning Center, we're going to be offering 6 different courses. The first course we'll offer is typing. This is our shortest course. This course will be offered in 3 languages: English, Hindi, and Urdu. This is the only course that will be offered in 3 languages. The rest of the courses will only be offered in English. This course will only take place for 1 month, and it will be 3 days a week. This course will cost 300 rupees. During the basic typing course, you will learn, obviously, how to type. You will learn what should the placement of your fingers be. Where are the keys on the keyboard? These things are very important to know so that whatever you're doing on the computer, whether that is just typing a letter to someone, typing a paper, doing work at your job, or even doing something on the internet, the speed that you are able to do these things will be a lot faster. If you don't know where the keys are located, you won't be able to do things fast, and therefore things will take a long time. But once you know the proper placement, then things will be a lot faster and therefore a lot easier for you on the computer. So this is very important. The second course we will offer is Internet. On the Internet course, this will be a 6-week course. It will only take place 2 days a week for an hour and a half each time. This course will be 500 rupees. During the Internet course, you will learn basic things such as the browser. The browser is where you go to look at things on the internet, which we call browsing. Then we will do searching and surfing. To search for things, that is, how do I get to things that I want to look at? If you wanted to look up a recipe or a shop or something else online, how do I search for those things? And how do I surf the internet? That's another word for like looking at things on the internet. We'll also be teaching things such as Facebook and email. Facebook is a good way to connect with your friends online. This is the way that you can go in and you can read about things that maybe they've done that day, or things that are going on in their life, or see recent pictures of them, and they can do the same with you. Email is a wonderful thing to know how to do. This can keep you connected with friends, where you can write back and forth to each other. However, this is not just good for staying connected to friends. This is also very important when it comes to having a job. Some bosses, they like to use things like email to stay in contact with their employees. If something were to happen that their employees needed to know while they're not at work, they could send them a message through email that they could get while they're at home. This is also good when you're going to school, because a lot of professors like to stay in contact with their students without having to write them letters all the time. So they use basic email. So this is very good for many different purposes. The next course we're going to do is Introduction to Computers and Windows. This course will also be 6 weeks, and it will be 2 days a week for an hour and a half each time. This course will cost 1,000 rupees. During this course, you will learn things like word processing. This is a program that's on the computer, and it is where you can do basic things that you might need to type, such as a letter. You might need to write a letter to a boss or to a friend. A letter would be typed in word processing. If you're going to school, your professor might need you to write a paper. Papers are typed in word processing. Also, if you're looking for a job, you might need to write a resume. These are also done in word processing. Word processing has many functions, and these things will be taught in our course. The other thing that will be taught is spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are good for collecting data. They're good for organizing things. They're good for when you need to calculate how much things will cost, what kind of things you're being billed, and keep things organized. That's what spreadsheets are good for. And then there's things on the internet. We would just teach you extra internet stuff that are in connection with these things. The next course is e-commerce. This course does not actually have a time frame yet. but that will be announced in the future. However, this course will cost 4,000 rupees. I know that seems like a lot, but the reason why this is so expensive is because it is a very important thing to know when you're dealing with the computer and the internet. In e-commerce, you will learn things like Photoshop. Photoshop is good for when you have your own photos that you would like to put onto a computer and you might like to edit them. Before I explain the rest of what e-commerce is, let me give you a little introduction into what exactly I mean by the word e-commerce. Many years ago, if you had to purchase something, you would go down to a local store and you would buy it there. Or you would, if you needed to get someone to help you with something, you might go to the library or to the school or even to another store. But you would go somewhere and you would get these services. And if you couldn't find what you needed, then you might get a substitute for that. However, with the development of the internet, there is what is known as electronic commerce, or what we refer to as e-commerce. And this has become huge over the last few years. E-commerce is for when you want to shop for things or even do things from your home when you don't have time to leave or you don't even want to leave. For example, if you wanted to purchase, let's say, some clothes, or let's say a gift for someone, or you needed something for your home, you could get onto the internet and you could even go to a store such as eBay and you could purchase these things online and they would be sent directly to your house. Another thing e-commerce is good for is physical goods, such as books. You can buy books online. Also, if you want music or if you want photos, these things can be purchased online. If you even had your own photos, you can even upload those on the computer and even purchase those online. There's other things, such as if you need some kind of web content, which normally you would have to go to someone for them to teach you. These things are also offered online. If you're planning a vacation for your family and you need to book a hotel or even a flight to get there, you can get directly onto the internet and use e-commerce to do these things online. So there are many different reasons why this is very important, and it saves you a lot of time. So there's also other things for e-commerce that you would be able to do. And that has to do with our next course that we're going to offer. That's e-commerce plus web developing. This course as well is not necessary, we don't actually have a time frame for it yet. That will be announced in the future. But we do know that this will cost 5,000 rupees. This is a very important thing. For example, if you would like to start your own company online, then you have to do what we call, you have to create a web page. But how do you do that? That's what this class is for. It's going to show you how to design your own web page. It could be for a company. It could be for other information that you want to do, such as if you want to offer your services. That's what this could be done for, so that people could come to you to get help for different things that maybe you have an expertise in. That's part of web designing, and that's what we're going to be teaching in the e-commerce plus web designing class. The last class we'll be teaching is assembling and managing hardware. This class we don't have a time frame for yet either, but that will also be announced. But it will cost 500 rupees. This class is good because your computer has all kinds of hardware inside that keeps it running. This class is good to know what are some of those things. If there's a problem, what do I do? How do I manage the things that I have on my computer? So these things are good for the upkeep of your computer. All computers will be available at different times. There are not courses offered. These times will be posted later on in case you need to come to the Syed Learning Center to do some work on the computer. The registration fee is 100 rupees, and there will be a certificate given at the end of each course. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you at the Syed Learning Center.